And step your right foot out to your right. Lift your chest. And we're going to gently sink towards that leg. We're obviously looking for the stretch and around the groins or inner thighs. And again, sink as low as you can, as far as you can control. Notice that my knee is ahead of the toes. This will be, again, ideal position to train in. You don't want to be too far, even though this may be more intense stretch. But here, you're also getting more out of your ankle. So you sink to the lowest position. It could be somewhere here. Maybe that's your max. And we gently bounce off the edge. Inch up, drop, up, drop. Squeeze the thigh, up. And what you also want to do is to tap the tailbone when you're going up. You feel your right hip. And 4, and drop. And 3, and drop. And 2, and drop. 1, lift, and sink. Right hand goes down. If you can, find block. Block would be ideal, actually. Push your hands in the block. I guess you're going to move the top arm up. You're pretty much going to find your shoulder car. So reach behind you. Behind your back. And up. And see if you can reach behind your head. Reach. So you're holding a passive stretch for your right hip. But obviously there's a lot of burn that may show up in your thigh. One more. Almost like a mini distraction here. All right. And then bring your hand to the hip. And as you're pushing arm into the leg, leg into the arm. Squeeze those limbs together for 5. 4, they fighting each other. Arm pushing backwards, leg pushing forward. 2, and 1. Soften. Gonna do one more round. Exhale, brace and push. Arm backwards into the leg forwards into the arm. They fighting for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax into it. Hands can come down. Fully exit the position. We're gonna do the other side. So again, the angle really depends on your hips. Your knee could be going 30, 40, 50 degrees sideways, maybe more to 60 or 90, but you want your pelvis to stay square. And I'm gonna start with heel below the knee. So as I'm leaning towards the toes, I can bring the sit bone closer to the heel. This is blocked for you. Move your foot then. But you still want your knee to go ahead of the toes because this is absolutely functional way of doing the work. And then back off, push the foot, tap the tailbone, knee forwards, and squeeze the thighs. Okay, we're sinking as low as you can go. Relax your shoulders, okay? Again, it costs you a little bit of effort, okay? So guys, little pulses. We go inch up, and we sink in. Inch up, sink, tuck, spread, tuck under, drop, push. This thigh should be burning. Under, open, squeeze. 2 more, squeeze. Last one, squeeze, and then sink, 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 sink. Grab a block again. Block on the inside of the foot would be obviously ideal. You're not forcing yourself down to the floor, no. And we're moving the top arm up. And I'm trying to turn towards the ceiling while doing my shoulder cars or swimmers. Okay, so we're going movement we've been doing seated before. Again, we want to do as many reps in a day as possible. Again, it's all about longevity of your joints. Again, we keep on sinking, right? But you want a stable position that you can sustain. Last one. And then from here, your hand will return to the hip. That was a few breaths of holding. And we're gonna push. Arm backwards into the leg forwards into the arm. Ready? Push. 5. And again, it's gonna be medium effort, okay? You don't have to push very hard. If it costs you too much energy and you feel you can't generate much force, gentle squeeze. 3, 2, 1, relax, sink. Go again. Arm pushing into the leg pushing into the arm, and I'm trying to also rotate my spine to the ceiling. Go. Squeeze the arm into the leg or push it. They're fighting each other. There's a wrestling happening for 3 more, 2 more, One more. And then we sink in, sink in, sink in. Okay, hands come down to the floor. It's just the last bit to work the lateral parts of hips. You're gonna find your side kneeling. Knee below the hip, wrist below the shoulder. We're gonna flow that top leg up. Okay, gentle movement forward. So flexing the hip, bending the knee, and doing a bicycle. So heel stays attached to the sit bone as you're sending your thigh bone back, just like a bridge. Extend the leg backwards. So again, the focus obviously on the glute medius over here. Holding the leg in the same position. Heel to the sit bone. Open the hip. Send your leg backwards. Send it forwards. Bend the knee, heel to the butt cheek. Let's go for one more this way. Hold, reverse. Extend. Notice that the outer hip of the other leg will be also firing with a lot of intensity. We're trying to separate the thighs. And here, pinky toe and heel level. So not here, but rather here, internally rotating that hip. And pull the heel to the butt cheek. Last one here. Okay, now guys, from here, leg straight. And you're gonna come up this way. So you can start high, but then place your hands on the floor. And we're sitting back. We will be stretching the groin and adductors. So you can find just few repetitions sitting back. You need to obviously find that spot which feels good, feels like a stretch and not like a strain. The feeling behind the sort of knee, inner thigh maybe, and so again modify. You can bend the knee and still stretch. Now guys, we're going into deepest position, and that means that for some of you, that knee is gonna go further out. Maybe the back toes will relax. You can go down on your forearm, or you can sit down completely, right? So you can be somewhere here, here, could be here, you could be here, okay? It doesn't matter. What matters is that this side of the thigh is on stretch. You will be extending or stretching the tissue and then contracting it in the stretched position. So we'll be doing 3 drills. We'll be pressing that foot, that straight leg, down into the floor until you feel contraction, okay? Take a deep breath in. And again, guys, I would ask you to only press gradually. I'll be counting the percentages, okay? So we're pressing the foot, 10% effort only. And we're pushing a little bit harder. You want to feel the adductors light up. Push to 30. 40% of your maximum engagement and hold it for 5. Keep pushing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Those are your pails, okay? It's a progressive angular isometric engagement or loading, okay? We load the tissue with contraction. Let's go again. Breath in, and as you exhale, you brace, you push the foot down. 10% effort, 20% effort, 30% effort, 40% effort, maybe more. So you want to feel the leg responding. It's like you're trying to crash the floor and bring the foot to the lower floor below you for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. You could, of course, have your foot like this. You don't have to have the foot flat. You could have it sole of the foot in the air. Last one. Again, maybe you can from here. That will also be fine. Ready? Take a deep breath in. We're going to crash the floor with that heel and that foot. Ready? Exhale, push gently, 10%, 20%. I'm also pushing with the other leg, but not as hard. 30%, build up to 40%, 50, and then as hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing, see if you can fall deeper into a stretch, just for a couple of breaths. Maybe you're staying exactly as you are. And we slowly exit. Push down to the feet, push down through your hands. Slowly bring the maybe other leg back in. Next, you're gonna slowly take a moment, rock your hips. Again, the last thing we're doing really, there is just, after that is just using a strap to relax and stretch. So top leg goes to ceiling. Now, stand your leg straight for as long as possible. Keep it straight. Flex, flex, flex at the hip. Bend your knee, glue your heel to the butt cheek, and then keep that position of the knee. You want to send your thigh bone backwards, opening the hip flexor, but not opening the chest. Keep your ribs locked. We are not doing any funny back bends. Leg goes. Notice that here, pinky toe and heel stay level. You're not turning the toes up. Thigh bone turns to the ground. Leg goes forward for as long as possible. Bend the knee. If you're struggling here with the position, you can of course go up onto the block or prop your knee with a block or pillow. Let's go again. So that was this one. Forward, bend, heel to the butt cheek, open your flexors, stretch the leg. And then we're going forward. Okay, pull the knee. Now we're reversing. Forward. Keep the leg up. Keep turning the toes to the floor. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Heel to the butt cheek, hold it. Bend the knee. Pull the knee to chest. Straight leg. So it's 3 and 3 each way. Even if it's 2 and you're going super slowly, good, okay? Less repetitions, but with more precision. After a while, we're getting fatigued. Okay, from here, leg straight. Return to this position. It's like a 4-point kneeling with one leg long. And you're looking for your final position for the pales, which is again the adductor training, adductor loading. We're using that in a mobility training for, again, teaching the muscle how to drive, how to improve, how to convince your nervous system to give you more access to the muscle, okay? And also to obviously increase the range of motion in the joint. So where you wanna be? You can be here, you can be on the blocks, you can be up, sitting, tucking the toes, maybe place the block below your sit bone, or maybe you're down here collapsed a little bit, or even up here. So a foot could be flat, or the inside of the foot could be shing. So again, guys, it's pretty much static, but there's a lot of internal work. We call this internal training because there's a lot happening. You can't see it, but there's a lot happening if you're applying force properly. So guys, you're gonna start with first repetition, ramping up, okay? You're gonna slowly start pushing the foot, ankle or heel down to the floor. 10% effort, 20% effort, 30% effort, 40. So again, not too heavy, but I'm pushing, feeling some response. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. And again, guys, maybe you want to stay in the same position, maybe you're modifying, maybe you feel like, oh, this is going to be more work. You can obviously send the left leg further away. And guys, we're going again. I'm going to show you from this position. Again, you won't see much, but I'm engaging. Push the foot, 10% down effort, 20% effort, 30% effort, 40, 50. I'm trying to kick down to my neighbor, so, and I'm trying to move the floor. Obviously the floor won't budge, but muscle is doing the work regardless. For 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. See if you can slide it further out. After normally a few drills, you get a little bit more access. And again, you can also use something like this. Breath in. And guys, we're going. We're pushing the foot down. 10% effort, 20% effort, 30% effort, 40% effort, 50, maybe a little more. Push heavier, 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 harder. 5, 4, okay? Maybe there will be some trembling in the thigh, maybe gentle shaking if you're really engaging. 3, 2, 1, and then ease off. See if you can sink a little bit deeper into the stretch, or just hold the same position. And guys, you're gonna push down gently, rise up, rock the hips